Okay, now we're still on the patient summary screen, but we have a new patient chart opened, Mr. Phil Mickelson. Not the real Phil, but just having a little fun here. And we're going to click on the Patient Hub icon here at the top of the screen, and we're in the hub. And it's aptly named too, because this is sort of the command central for anything to do with any specific patient. Notice the top line of the hub that shows that the name of the patient whose chart is open, along with his date of birth and account number, which is automatically assigned by the system. And then to the right of that you see the words Patient Encounter Data Entry. Now by default the system will always bring you to the Encounter Data Entry function when you enter the hub. And if you look just below the top row of navigational buttons, you can see the Encounter tab followed by a number of other tabs, any of which can be selected for recording of information or viewing previously entered information. We're going to start with the Encounter Data Entry function, and this will give you a good feel for how all of these other various tabs work. So, to enter an encounter, first of all we're going to have to enter a date. So we'll click there, and whenever you see this little button with the 3 dots on it, just click on that and it'll bring up in this case it brings up a calendar. So we'll select a date from that. Okay. Next we're going to click on the Encounter Type column, which brings up the down arrow button, and when we click on that button, a drop-down list of encounter types appears. Now this list is actually customized for our customers as part of the initial configuration for a new installation. Now you can either type in an encounter directly into this window, or more typically select an encounter type from the list. So we're going to click on Office follow-up. Okay. And next we could select a physician from our list, but we really don't need to because there's only one in this list today, so we're just going to use Dr. Garcia as the default. And then we're going to enter a facility for the encounter, again picking a value from our drop-down list, and we'll just go ahead and select Office. And we're done recording this patient encounter, except to say that this build checkbox would normally be left unchecked unless this is a cash patient or for any other reason you don't want this patient to be billed. And we'll touch on billing later on in our tour. Okay, so let's enter an ICD-9 code for this patient. So we'll go ahead and click on ICD-9. And so then we're going to go ahead and click on the first row underneath the date button. I'm sorry, the date. There we go. And click on the 3-dot button again and select a date. Okay. And then we're going to click on the diagnosis column, which brings up another down arrow, and when we click on that, that's going to give us another thing, the Search ICD-9 list that we want to click on. So I'm going to click on this Search ICD-9 list, and it gives me a complete list of everything that we can select from. And this actually, we can either enter a code value or a portion of what we want to look up. So we're just going to go ahead and type in HY PERT for hypertension, and we'll select unspecified, I guess will work. Okay, and when we're done selecting the ICD-9 code, we're done with that particular function, so let's go ahead and do a CPT. So we'll go ahead and click on CPT button, and you can predict what's going to happen here. As we click under the date word, we're going to have to select a date again, so we'll pick today's date. Okay, and then we're going to move over to procedure, and we'll click on the down arrow button, and that's going to give us a whole list that we can select as we click search CPT. CPT. We'll click on that, and that's going to give us a list. And again, we could use a partial code number, or we could type in a portion of the description. We're just going to type in OFF for office. It's going to be an office exam. We'll select 099214 for a level 4. And that's pretty much it for for that. Now, before we leave the hub, I'm going to start entering information on a line and then show you how to get rid of it. So if we click on the next available line underneath the date column, right where our three-dot button is again, and we'll just select that and pick a date. And then for demonstration purposes, we just created something that we really don't want to keep, so we'll forget that and say we want to get rid of it. So the way we do that is we click immediately to the left of the date, and with the entire row highlighted, we click on the delete button. And when this comes up, we say yes, this is just a security feature to make sure that's what we really wanted to do. And we've deleted the row. And that's it for the Patient Hub at this point. Again, I said earlier that all of these other tabs work pretty much the same as we did for the Encounter, ICD-9, and CPT. So if you're comfortable with the navigation for those functions, the rest of these work pretty well, pretty much the same. Okay?